Costa Rica. The name itself sounds beautiful and, honestly, kind of special, bringing to mind pictures of thick rainforests, amazing beaches, lively animals. It rolls off the tongue with a certain kind of music, hinting at something great. But have you ever stopped to wonder what it actually means? In Spanish, the language of the country, the name is quite clear and direct. Costa means coast, and Rica means rich. So, when you say Costa Rica, you are quite literally saying rich coast. It's a name that perfectly shows the natural treasures and amazing variety of life that this small country in Central America is known for all around the world. This name wasn't just made up out of nowhere. It was given with a specific hope in mind, a dream of huge wealth that early explorers hoped to find. The richness they were looking for was gold, silver, and valuable jewels. They believed this land had huge, untouched amounts of these valuable things, similar to what had been found in other parts of the Americas. The name Rich Coast was therefore a statement of hope and ambition, a label put on the land based on a powerful and exciting rumor. The story of how Costa Rica got its interesting name is directly connected to one of history's most famous explorers, Christopher Columbus. On his fourth and last trip to the Americas in 1502, Columbus and his crew stopped their ships just off the Caribbean coast of the land we now know as Costa Rica. He landed on a small island he named Uvita, near the city of Limon today. It was here that he first met the local native people. He noticed many wore gold decorations on their necks and on their ears. This sight immediately caught his attention and made him hopeful. Columbus was on a mission for the Spanish king and queen. Finding gold was a top goal. Seeing these gold items made him believe the mainland must be full of the metal. He thought that if locals had so much to wear as simple decorations, then the source must be incredibly huge and easy to get to. He wrote in his journals about this rich coast, describing huge possible wealth. This first report, full of excitement and guesses, was sent back to Spain and began to shape how Europeans saw this part of Central America as a place of untold riches. The history of Costa Rica follows a path that is quite different from many of its neighbors in Latin America. After Spanish colonial times, isolated and without gold, it began forming a unique identity. When Central America became independent from Spain in 1821, Costa Rica joined a short-lived union. It soon went its own way, officially becoming its own country in 1838. Early income came not from minerals, but from farming, especially coffee. Coffee-shaped growth. It created land-owning farmers rather than a tiny, super-rich elite. That helped spread wealth and support democracy. Through the 1800s and early 1900s, Costa Rica avoided political violence, avoided military takeovers, and avoided dictatorships. It invested early in public education and in healthcare. That laid the groundwork for the peaceful society today. A defining moment came in 1948. A disputed election led to a short, intense 44-day civil war. The winner, José Figueres Ferrer, acted unexpectedly. In 1949, that constitution abolished the military. Figueres declared an army of teachers. Money shifted to education and health. If you spend any amount of time in Costa Rica, you will quickly hear a two-word phrase, Pura Vida, translated simply as pure life. It's more than a slogan. It's a way of life, a state of mind, used as a greeting, used as a goodbye, used as an answer to how are you. But it runs deeper. Pura Vida means relaxed, easygoing, hopeful, encouraging you to enjoy simple good things, to not worry about small problems, to live life to the fullest. You see it in the daily rhythm. Life moves slower, more thoughtful. People put family and friends first. Social gatherings are central. Strong community and a willingness to help. Relaxed but still productive. Work is part of balance. A typical day for many Costa Ricans who lovingly call themselves ticos and ticas often starts early with the rising sun and the sounds of nature. In country areas and even in the cities, people are often up around 5:30 or 6 in the morning to make the most of the daylight. The morning begins with a simple but filling breakfast, which almost always includes the national dish, gallo pinto rice, and black beans, onions, sweet peppers, cilantro. It's often served with scrambled eggs, fried eggs, Nutella, the local sour cream, and fresh corn tortillas, giving perfect energy for the day. After breakfast, the workday or school day begins. The pace is steady, not frantic. A tradition is the coffee break mid-morning and mid-afternoon. This isn't a quick cup to go. It's a moment to pause, talk, and enjoy. Costa Rica is a mix of different cultures and groups of people, creating a rich and varied national identity. The vast majority of the population, about 84%, identifies as white or mestizo. Mestizos are people with mixed European, mostly Spanish and native backgrounds. A significant and culturally vibrant group is the Afro-Costa Rican community, which makes up about 8% of the population. Most Afro-Costa Ricans live along the Caribbean coast, especially in and around the province of Limon. Their ancestors were mainly brought from Jamaica in the late 1800s to work on building the railroad to the Atlantic. Their unique food traditions using coconut milk and spices, and their lively music, like calypso. Costa Rica is also home to several native groups, who make up about 2.4% of the population. Today, there are 8 major native groups, including the Bribri-Cabakar and Baruca and traditions. Costa Rica stands out as a truly unique nation, a place where its name, history, and people have woven together a remarkable story. What started as a misunderstanding about material wealth, the rich coast sought by Spanish explorers, has changed into a nation celebrated for a much more valuable kind of wealth. The country's true treasures are not buried underground but are visible everywhere, in its thick living rainforests, in the variety of its animals, and in the clean waters that touch its Pacific coastline, and in the clean waters that touch its Caribbean coastline. By purposely choosing to follow a path of peace and not having a military, Costa Rica made a big gamble on its own people. The decision to get rid of its army in 1949 and put that money towards education and healthcare was a turning point, allowing its culture of pura vida to grow. This culture of pura vida is perhaps Costa Rica's greatest gift to the world. It remains a small but powerful sign of hope, a true rich coast in every sense of the word.